All right, coming up on today's program, we will have an interview with Vermont Senator and Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders, as well as a grammar segment focusing on the present perfect tense and the present perfect continuous tense. That and much more on this edition of ESL Today. All right, Bernie Sanders, senator from Vermont, is running for president of the United States. And he has called himself an independent. He's called himself a Democrat socialist, but technically he's running as a Democrat. And I believe Mr. Sanders is standing by from his home in Vermont, waiting to speak with us. Are you there, Senator? Yes, I am here. Okay, Senator, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. You call yourself a socialist. What exactly does that mean? Well, here's what I believe. I believe everyone in this country has a right to the basic needs. I'm talking about health care. I'm talking about education. And I'm talking about child care. Okay, well, let's talk about each one of these. Starting with health care, you say that you believe everybody has a right to health care. I'm assuming by that you mean free health care. Is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. Your opponents on the right respond to that by asking how this free health care will be paid for. How do you answer them? Two ways. By increasing revenue and by lowering the costs. Okay, I assume by increasing revenue you mean increasing taxes on the rich, but what do you mean by lowering costs? Lowering what costs, Senator? Well, healthcare costs, of course. And how do you plan on doing that, sir? Well, I would do that by encouraging people to eat right and exercise regularly. Well, come on, Senator. You know as well as I do that not everybody is motivated to go to the gym, and not everyone is motivated to stop eating their favorite fast food. I mean, you can lead a horse to McDonald's, but you can't make him eat salad, can you? Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Very funny. Well, here's what we do. We help people by helping them set goals. Listen, understand, in this country, we have a large disparity. We have people who have shapely bodies, and we have people that have not so shapely bodies. Everyone in this country has a right to a shapely body. As president, I will encourage people to attain the goals that they set for themselves to have a shapely body. All right, well, let's switch topics now and talk about education. I teach English. Does everyone have a right to learn and speak English? Well, my point is this. In this country, we have massive wealth and income inequality. But I do believe that everyone, whether you're here as an immigrant or a citizen, whether you're here short-term or long-term, you have the right to learn and to study and to speak English. And once you have done this, once you have a command of the English language and you're motivated to enter the workplace, you can do so with great confidence. And as you move up the ladder, you can use this English language to communicate with coworkers, with supervisors, and attain the American dream. Now, as you attain the American dream and you have attained a consistent income, you will then become a contributor to the economy, and you will become a consumer. But once you become a consumer, I would caution you, there are stores here in this country that require that you buy more than one tube of toothpaste at a time. You can't buy one tube of toothpaste anymore. You got to buy in a pack of 3 in some stores, not in all. But when I buy my toothpaste, I buy it one tube at a time. I use it, and then I buy another one. Why do I need more than one tube at one time? There are some stores that require you to buy more than one pair of underwear at a time. You must buy it in a pack of 3. Why would you do this? Do you wear 3 pairs of underwear at one time? No. You only wear 1 pair at a time. I would caution anyone entering the workplace and becoming a new consumer in this country to choose your stores wisely. Now, I would encourage you to do one more thing. Next year, in November, when you enter that voting booth, I would ask you to look for me under the initials BS for Barry Sanders. Thank you. And that was Democratic Senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, who sometimes likes to refer to himself as the famed running back from the Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders. As I promised, we are going to get into some grammar today, specifically focusing on the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. I'm going to go over the structure of each and then give you some examples. Let's go to the classroom right now. Present perfect structure. Subject plus auxiliary plus past participle. It describes an action that starts in the past and continues to the present. Jonathan has lived in California for 23 years. It can describe actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past. Hannah finished her homework. It can also describe past multiple actions. I have seen the movie Rocky 5 times. The present perfect continuous structure. Subject plus auxiliary plus been plus present participle. What does the present perfect continuous do? Describes an action that started in the past but was not finished. Michael has been living in Laurel since last year. Both of these tenses are equally acceptable in many cases. However, the continuous form should be used to emphasize an action, and the simple form should be used to emphasize the result of the action. Well, that's our show for today. I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time when we will cover the past unreal conditional and have a music segment right here on ESL Today.